Has debate jargon become too much of a chore? Does every round you enter leave you wanting to know more? Well, look no further because one clap is the key. It's time for Professor Graham and Kevin's ABCs. Hello debaters and welcome back to another episode of Professor Graham's ABC's Debate. I'm Professor Graham, here with my pal Kevin, and today the word of the day is going to be ad-Hominem with an H. We've finally done it. We've reached the point of no return. The alphabet is just too restrictive for my liking. So this may be the first, but it certainly won't be the last time we have to scuff how words work in order to maintain this series. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Ad hominem. What a weird phrase to be included in a debate word of the day. Yet, what a perfect word to use as a jumping off point to talk about personal pet peeves about debate. Oh, I love this. Ad hominem refers to a logical fallacy in which you attack your opponents instead of attacking their arguments. For example, I could answer your counterplan like a normal person, or I could say because you have severe eczema that the judge shouldn't trust you. Now, as someone with eczema, this would hurt me dearly, but I would enjoy my arguments going completely uncontested. But now I have a choice. I've identified that my opponents have made a logical fallacy, so do I call them on it? I think the obvious answer to most is, of course, get more arguments on the board. That's what Professor Graham is always ranting about. But, my disciples, you will fill me with great distress if you start to add, actually, that was a logical fallacy to your repertoire of arguments. First off, efficiency. You don't need to call anything a logical fallacy if it's already a bad argument. That's kind of how fallacies work. They're just bad arguments that tend to be unprovable or unrelated to the actual argument. Therefore, if someone hits you with a straw man and makes your arguments less appealing than they actually are, well, I don't think it takes a debate scientist to dissect that your opponents do indeed have a vested interest in simplifying your arguments for the sake of efficiency in their own speech and not explaining your arguments for you. So instead of calling out a straw man argument, explaining how it pertains to the situation, and then making it a big deal, just say they oversimplified your arguments if you're that passionate about it. It solves. Second off, it's usually just a moot point. If you call something a fallacy, you're just taking away time you could have been making the actual argument you want to make. If you think a nuclear war is unlikely, just say that and add actual warrants to prove your point instead of saying your opponents have made hasty generalizations about the causes of nuclear war. You're going to need to prove why they've made generalizations using your own examples anyways, so don't waste time here, just do the debating and leave the fallacies in the dust. This was a fairly short episode, but it's something that the debate community needs to know so that they stop throwing away efficiency for alleged style points. Got anything to add, Kevin? Wonder? I hardly know her. Hey, thanks again for watching today's episode of Professor Graham's ABC's of Debate. As always, I'm Professor Graham, and that's my pal Kevin. Yeah, if you ever need any help with debate stuff at all, my email should be right up here. Just make sure you CC your coach. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can with any debate tips that you might need. I'll drop that knowledge on you. Bam. Thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure. See y'all later.